Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. We have the Keeper of the East. We do live on the East Coast, but I definitely feel like, they're talking about sunrise and how energizing and how beautiful it is. It reminds me of the City of Angels when, all the angels would stand on the beach and listen to the sun coming up, and it would play this beautiful music, and only if you were an angel you could hear it. So I definitely hear that, and it's like seeing the beautiful colors, the indigo colors, seeing the beautiful fiery sky, the velvets and the blues. Oh, it's just so beautiful. We have storyteller, and I definitely feel like when we talk about fire, it's like especially when you're doing like forecasts or we're doing setting out our intentions, our manifestations. We add fire not only to burn it, but also to add that energy to what we're setting out to show magnify that energy. We have tracker, and I definitely feel like this is what Spirit has been telling us. What I've been telling a couple of people that have been suffering, having a time through it. I said, we're about to come around the bend. Very earth magic oracle cards, where it's like we can't see what's around the corner, and the waters are, very calm. We have the spirit of water, where it's like the ebb of flow of the water, but it's very calming. It's like you hear the waves crashing, but it's very peaceful. It's not crazy. You imagine the water coming over your head and taking away the sadness and the sorrow. It comes over again and brings you peace and harmony. So it's a beautiful meditation. The Buddhist monk that I've been following I found him on TikTok. I am now following him on Instagram, and he brings his class that he's teaching, and they were doing meditations on the beach. It was very beautiful. He's sitting there in a meditative state, and some of the kids are laying down and just listening to the waves crashing and just finding that peace and calm, cutting out that time for themselves during the day. And I definitely feel like a lot of us forget to do that, to find that time to cut, in our day or in our week, to sit there and get out in nature, and how important it truly is, to sit there, especially when we have more hours in the day where we're getting, here it's like 9 o'clock, the sun is setting in the PM. So it's just like getting, more time in nature. And I definitely feel it's very important for our bodies to recharge in the sun. So our first card, Spirit Keeper of the East. New beginnings. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. Wipe the slate clean. And I definitely feel like, the time of year, whereas Ramadan, we just finished Passover, Lent, we have the 4 Easters in the Christian faith. So it's definitely talking about wiping the slate clean. At these times, they're asking us to show our devotion in some sort of way and discipline for our faith. And I definitely feel like this is a cleansing of our body, detoxifying ourselves. You're told, fasting in Ramadan, where you don't eat for certain hours. For Lent, you're asked to give up something. For Passover, your diet is restricted. So it's just like, some sort of thing that you sacrifice during this time to show your devotion. And I definitely feel like, our body needs that cleansing. I definitely feel like a lot of people, I don't know if I'm the same way. This goes for everyone. A lot of my friends are the same way, where it's like we're outside more. So you're not eating as much because you're outside and you're working and you're in the dirt, and it's obviously sometimes it's too hot to cook inside. So you don't, you tend to eat lighter, or more salads and stuff like that, but things that don't require to be cooked on the stove. You're barbecuing outside, but it's just like things are much lighter. You know what I mean? And I feel like they even say that. I remember I was watching the news, and it was like around September, and they said this is the lightest you will be all year round, because it was summertime. You're way more active. You're out in the sun. You're gardening. You're playing with the kids. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you're not inside all the time, where it's just like, in a seated position watching, or in a laying position watching like TV, or, whatever that you're doing. So I definitely feel like, this is why they're amplifying that there's some sort of devotion with our faith. And I feel like in this time you're more spiritual, you're more awake, you're more aware of what's around you. No matter what's happening in the past, it doesn't need to repeat in the future. And I definitely, this is where forgiveness, we were talking about this in the new moon forecast for Taurus. And it's Taurus, so it's very grounding, right? And what's more grounding than sitting there, that Buddhist monk that I follow, he says that, he goes, where does anxiety and fear, depression, worry, and doubt come from? By living in the past. You cannot change the past. Worrying about the future that has not unfolded yet. The only thing we can control is this moment right here, right now. So when we catch ourselves doing that, stopping ourselves. No one's perfect. I talk about this and I still find myself, lurking, sometimes, something will come up and it takes me down that rabbit hole. And I'm like, nope, you got to stop. You can't do that to yourself, because it's not productive. It's not going to bring anything good out of this. Our next card is Storyteller. Live larger than life. Make the most of every experience. You can choose the meaning that you give events. Find interpretations that empower you rather than diminish you. Be the storyteller, the hero of your life. Give your personal story empowering meaning. And because it is up to us, our happiness is up to us. We can't depend on others to bring us happiness, because at the end of the day, you came into this world alone and you're going to leave this world alone. Our next card we have is Tracker, and I definitely feel like I said, we've been going through this time, and they were showing me from the Guardian Angels guidance cards, where it's this angel, and there's a boy and a girl, and the angel has, swayed him to go another way, and the little girl is about to go off the cliff, and she makes a butterfly appear where, you know what I mean? She's like, follow the butterfly. She's there to guide her and protect her. So I definitely feel like Spirit is guiding us onto another path here. Focus your intention and your passion on one thing, rather than be scattered in different directions. Be single-minded and what's truly important in your life. So definitely, they're showing me the 10 of Wands, where it's just like we always take on, everybody else's burdens. We're always that person. Here, give it to me. You can't handle it, I'll take care of it. I feel like Spirit is definitely saying, sit there and, why burn yourself out? Why do you always burn yourself out? Listen to Source. Listen to your body. You're only going to take care of yourself. So when you sit there and you realize, what, I'm getting burnt out, maybe, it's time to take a couple steps back. Like a lot of people say, like, you don't have to explain yourself to no one. But I don't want anyone to ever feel I'm doing this out of maliciousness. I'm doing this because I'm exhausted. I can't take on another thing. I apologize. Before, when I started, all of when I was charging, free or $10 for readings, before, and as I started growing, I got more and more readings. And I used to do free readings every Friday because I got this pent up energy in me. So how did I release that energy? I would do free readings. Now I'm doing more and more paid readings, daily tarot cards, being a mother, like everything else, all the other hats I wear. So it's like, I can't sit there and burn myself completely out by forcing my body to do, free readings. And then it's like, I get totally diminished. It's not that I don't want to. It's just, I got to be careful of my energy, and it's like, I can only push myself so far, now that the days are longer. So it's like, I could do more readings, and it's also like school is almost finishing. So it's like more free time for stuff. So it's, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like I'm just using myself as an example. Don't sit there and think that you have to carry everyone else's burden. When you're able to do it, fine. That's one thing. Like, I can help you out with that. Let me help you out. But, for me, I never want anyone to feel that, like, I'm doing this to punish you. That's why I sit there. I just can't take that on right now. I'm really busy. So they know. And it's just like, when I get some free time, I will 1000% help you out. Or it's just like, I'm just getting so fried, I need to take a time out, So that's why I explain myself. I'm not saying, like, if you don't explain yourself, that's fine. But to me, I never want anyone to feel like, oh, she's mad at me or she's punishing me. No, never. Like, it's just, honestly, sometimes it's like my body is like, I could feel it when I'm getting, it feels like my shoulders get really heavy and it feels like I'm kind of walking in quicksand. So for me, it's just like, okay, I need to take some time for myself. I need to recharge my body, So, but when I do have the energy to do it, I'm always the first one to help out. And let everything else go. Track and the unseen. Be very real. Stream of energy that which you desire. And this is where we have to sit there and respect ourselves and be like, you know what? I have to sit there and take this time for myself. You know, meditation is beautiful. You sit there like, when I watched him and he's sitting on the beach and he has the students with him and they're all meditating, and it's just, he's just sitting there and just being present, listening to the water, and it's just like the sunset. It honestly makes a world of difference. It's just so beautiful. Anywhere where you feel safe to do meditation, I definitely do it. So our last card is Spirit of Water. Trust your intuition. Know that you're on the right path. So very much going back to the new moon forecast, talking about, some people leveling up. Some people that are sitting there and it's like, maybe you're just waking up and it's like trusting your intuition. You keep, double guessing yourself. That's how you build that relationship stronger with spirit, stronger with self. You're listening to yourself inside. Our spirit lays dormant inside. And once you are able to listen to them, and you're showing them like, oh, okay, I'm going to trust more and more of this because it's the right thing. They're leading me on the right path. This is not leading me down to a path where I get hurt. Take time to nurture yourself. Allow your inner child to run free. Believe in your dreams. Don't be stifled. Don't stifle your emotions. Trust the message they're giving you. Purify, cleanse yourself and your home. Healing is on its way. Emotional healing energies is expanding within you. So just like I said, imagine those gentle waves coming, even on your feet. But I always say, like when you sit there and you do a meditation, it's all about using your clairaudience, using your inner vision, and seeing this wave gently come onto your head and coming down, and taking away the sadness, the depression, the sorrow, and taking it away out to the ocean. Just like when we set out our intentions for the new moon. We always talk about this. What bothered you in this cycle? What hurt you in this cycle? And sit there and say, Spirit, Divine, God, Universe, please take away the pain, negative pain and energy associated with whatever the situation is. And ask them to take that away. So that way you can sit there and move on to this new cycle without carrying that with you anymore. Ask the new moon, what do you need right now? We used money as an example, in the new moon forecast, and it was just like, because the new moon is in Taurus, so very grounding. So I'm not shocked that, a lot of these cards are about meditation and self-soothing and self-care, because 99% of the time, we're like, what do you have to do in a day? Well, I got to get up, I got to get the kids ready, get my husband ready, get them all off to the day, then I got to do X, Y. Not once is your name mentioned on that list. Not once. And then the kids go to sleep, well, then I watch, maybe you'll sit there and watch a show, and then you pass out on the couch because you're so tired. So we got to make sure that you're in there somewhere, 5, 10, 15, half an hour, to yourself. Sit there and tell your partner, I need half an hour to myself, just half an hour. And then I'll give you a half an hour, just so that way you can just sit there for just that half an hour, have a piece of chocolate, close your eyes and just relax, Have a cup of tea, have half a glass of wine, whatever it is, just for yourself, just with no mommy, no daddy, wife, husband. You know what I mean? You need to carve that time out for yourself. It's very important. Everybody needs that time, When everyone is divided amongst the house and you're watching TV and you're just kind of like not into it, maybe you want a nap. Lay down for a nap. There's nothing wrong with that. We feel so guilty taking a nap. But it's like, why? Your body's clearly telling you, I'm tired. Look at, even if we shut our eyes for 5 minutes, make sure you're putting yourself on that honey to-do list every day that you go through. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.